Hello, everyone. Welcome back once again. Well, this session is going to be an interesting one as we are going to talk about the landscape of online communities that has undergone a remarkable evolution, tracing a trajectory from the beginning as basic discussion forums to their current state as a powerful catalyst for that digital interaction. I firmly believe that communities have surpassed their initial role of connecting individuals with shared interests. In fact, they have now matured into multifaceted platforms that are shaping the way people communicate, collaborate, and form connections in the digital age. Well, this transformation reflects not only on the evolution of technology, but also the changing dynamics of the human interaction, information sharing, and also engagement. To help us dive deeper, we have another spotlight session that talks about getting a competitive edge in the community landscape. So here's inviting Yurii Lazaruk to tell us about the best tricks of trade for thriving in the modern community landscape. Yurii is passionate about empowering people for positive change. His knack for team management fosters a smooth and efficient working atmosphere. With expertise in community engagement and a strong tech background, Yurii greatly enhances global communities with a practical and result-driven approach. So here's Yurii sharing his take on the topic. Over to you, Yurii.
Hello. Thank you very much. I can see myself, and I don't know if everything is okay with my connection, but I hope it is okay. So I'll be telling you some story today. Here is some story about the community world, how I see it, how I know it, and maybe it will speak a little bit to your heart. So let's start. Hey there, my name is Yurii. And you might have met me before in the community world. If not, I run community therapy sessions called Community Life Podcast, have fun friend working events for community builders between two watercolors every Friday, and I'm also a freelancer community ambassador at Codecontrol and 9am.works, and community consultant for Cultivate, Sandpools, and maybe even your company if we fit each other. It's a flash talk, so enough about me. Let's talk about my feelings. My feelings about the community world and the amazing people I met in it recently and keep meeting almost every day. A little bit of a history. So, email was developed by ARPANET in 1971, and according to History of Online Communities Research, written by Jenny Preece, Diane Maloney-Kretschmar, and Chadia Abras, one of the earliest online communities appeared in 1985. But I wasn't born and wasn't even planned by my parents at that time. So let's jump to COVID time, when the online community industry grew rapidly and most of the people in it were talking about the feeling of belonging and how hard it is to measure. Some people made measurements and proved the community's value for their organizations, but most people didn't. And when COVID ceased to be a thing, we started seeing layoffs. It's not only because organizations didn't see the value, some of them just stopped working at all. Still, I didn't see anyone who cut the sales and left the community team. And today in the morning, I watched Laura Nestler's CMX speech about the Duolingo community. And 4+ years ago, she shared that she had blank stares in people's eyes when told them she worked in the community. And she also told this phrase: as an industry, we need to become disciplined about articulating the impact we are making, not the actions we are taking. We didn't listen. Well, some of us. I feel most of us. And when layoffs started, people who had some online presence could secure new jobs after still months of struggles. But I also still see amazing experts on the job market. And seeing this, people started being active and creating a ton of content. But hear me out, 90% of that is barely the same, but said in different words of the content that was made before, sometimes in the same words. 9% is similar, and close to 1% is a new experience. Don't ask me about numbers. It's just for you to understand the whole picture. And it's not bad, because when we hear the same thing over and over again from different angles, we learn it better. Still, it's a lot of informational noise because you have to spend a lot of time catching up with all the content to find this one golden percent. And time is the most valuable thing we have in our lives. It feels like we are concerned and afraid and think mostly about securing ourselves with jobs, which is totally fine. I can't say I would step away if I were in need and competing for the same position with somebody I know, and I don't even expect anyone to do that. But I want to avoid it so much that I really want to create as many opportunities as possible for community folks to never be in a situation like that, ever. I always wonder, why should we fight for a piece of cake if we can bake more cakes? And let's be honest, we are great at creating content for community builders or those who want to be ones. And if you want to be a community builder, or if you want to leverage your experience, you can easily find a lot of materials. But we really suck at building community industry branding. I see that community industry is growing fast because we have everything people need within communities: empathy, connections, trust, support, resources, experience, knowledge, you name it. But we can and must communicate business values too. We know how to calculate impact, retention rates, acquisition costs, marketing, branding, sales. If you don't know, send me a DM on LinkedIn. I'll tell you where to read and who to follow to learn about it. But please, God, please stop talking about senses and feelings with founders and CEOs. They mostly don't care. We must be translators from the feelings and emotions language to the business language. We have to transform the value we see and feel as community builders into understandable language for others too. And as Laura Nestler said, we have to earn resources, not defend them. And we can really do that. And it doesn't mean that we have to stop caring about people. We will still be doing that, but we also care about other people within our companies, our teammates, and CEOs and founders are still people. If we don't start doing it now, I feel like we'll waste so much time in our and other people's lives. Sounds spooky, right? But no worries. Here are some steps we have to take together to build community industry branding. First of all, connect and get to know each other better on a human level to understand. As Shannon Emery said, who is our cup of tea? Second, do some research before creating content to build, instead of creating more informational noise. It's better to have one good article in a month than 20 mediocre LinkedIn posts, as I was doing previously. Collaborate while creating. I bet we can and we should add to each other's experience and learn more from each other and create together. Speak up. Talk to teams, CEOs, founders, and strangers on the streets about community value and ensure that community is helping them to reach their goals too. Apply for marketing, sales, product, etc., any conferences and podcasts to fire more hearts and let more people into the community world. Find your own voices. We really must find our own voices. We must understand what is our own community superpowers, keep developing those strong sides, and collaborate with folks with the same superpowers and highlight other people who have different superpowers. Also, we just must share opportunities. If somebody comes your way asking to work on a community, but you are not interested or busy, it's not that hard to share it with someone who is in search for a project at the moment. Feels like too much points. Yeah, maybe it sounds a little bit hard, right? Not really, If you choose just one thing, connect, research, collaborate, speak up, highlight, share, and do the smallest possible step right away, I guess it would be super easy. And even if you are listening just now to what I'm sharing with you, you already have this small seed in your mind, and just let it be. And let's see what will grow out of it. And you know, it's hard to become a legend in sales or marketing, but the community history is far from being written, and there is still a lot of free space in its Hall of Fame. So why don't we fill it together? And just like that, here were my concerns, thoughts, and feelings about the community industry. And if you feel the same, reach out to me on LinkedIn and let's talk. And just now, I will go to the chat and see how many amazing things you wrote there, because it's just impossible to tell something and see what's going on in chat. And I feel like I have so huge FOMO. So, what is going on here? Vania is reading that cannot agree more. You have to abstract the data that occurs in the community's value into something that Theos cares about. Totally. Otherwise, why should anyone pay you money for just being a good person, Second Zvenia, Nicola Second Zvenia, learning to talk in your audience's language is an art form, and that includes CEOs. Yeah, exactly. Because really it's not that hard when we try hard. Okay, when we try a little bit, and when we go away from number metrics, when we go away from the engagement metrics, those vanity metrics that people like to use, we can really go into more interesting things. There is a very large but finite amount of topics that you can bring to the internet. There are, however, infinite perspectives. Sharing your voice is the goal of SEO. I'm the right SEO specialist at Digital Market. Yeah, exactly. I always compare community building with SEO, and it's just great, because SEO, you can do a lot. You can build amazing website and have a lot of traffic to your website just because of that, but it takes small steps, and you have to know what to do, and you have to know what to report on. Same is here for the community. It takes some time. Sometimes it's a long time, but at the end of the day, we can really share this value with people, and it's not that hard at the end of the day. And Nicholas, thank you very much that I'm already made as a community Hall of Fame. But I really want to make this Hall of Fame together, because I don't know, I just love community world so much. And I ever tell this, that there are no such people as I met in the community world, because they're always here to support, they're always here to help, they're always here to listen. Even if you are not talking, they will ask amazing questions to, make you talk. And I don't know, I feel here at home, and I really love this world. So I can talk about this forever and ever, but it's still a flash talk. And I would really love to continue chatting. So I hope that you will think a little about the community industry, think a little about where it's going on, think a little about how to work together. And I hope that we can create an amazing industry, and I hope that we will create an amazing branding for community world. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Yurii. That was really amazing. Thanks for taking out time and being here with us today.